starts going like this. I don't know.
Right. All right, up here at the top of the map. Oh, I slay me. Is our Terran player from the team OGS.
In fact, he's been at the top, I think, of every single set we've had today.
Has he?
Well, no,
not
last game he wasn't.
Game.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
He came out on top, though.
Top fan audience.
And here is the winner of the previous BlizzCon. Not going to this BlizzCon, though. Unless he wins this game and gets to the finals. MVP Genius. Oh man, I thought they weren't gonna do it, so I'm like, I have to say it. They faked me out, man.
I was like, Moltrap's not gonna still do it, is he? And you just did it, and I was like, and I just want to laugh at you. See, those guys are laughing at you too. Look at them. I think it's pretty funny. You messed up.
That's all right. I'll go cry. You finish casting. No, they delayed it, so I the graphic came out, and anyway. But yeah, Genius actually, the finals for next season are going to be at BlizzCon. So if he wins next season or gets to the finals next season, he could theoretically go to BlizzCon, even though he is not going to be in the Invitational.
Yeah, that's it's kind of like his home field advantage he might get playing at BlizzCon.
I don't know.
Because he did well there, obviously, in the past. Now, second gas goes down, it's been spotted, and this probe taken out. Now, I wonder if Genius will use the second gas this time.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay, he is using the first gas. For a second, I was like, is he? Yeah, I mean, last game we saw him get that second gas and not use it for a while.
I don't think I'll ever really understand that. I was trying to think of a reason, and I was like, well, I don't know.
I'll have to ask Sase when we get back to the GOM house if he has any idea.
Well, I mean, honestly, there's several different possible explanations, but we can't be sure about any of them.
Well, true.
Now, this is a pretty safe build to do on this map because on Antigua Shipyard you have that ramp. You can make a bunker. This map is somewhat similar to Shakura's Plateau. You make a bunker there at that ramp, and it's very difficult for the Protoss to attack and punish the one barracks expand. But Genius does know about it, and with his Void Ray, he's not mining his gas again. But this time he mined about 40 of the gas. And
he did?
Yeah, he did.
So maybe he showed the SCV that he was mining it and then stopped mining it.
To make a faster Nexus.
To make a faster Nexus.
Yeah, I think that's probably the case.
And there goes the Nexus.
And with that gas, he's able to produce that Sentry. So it makes sense what he's doing this time. Maybe just didn't quite do what he wanted to last game.
Top, very standard. Once he's got that command center up, you have to kind of catch up in tech since you've been focusing all your minerals on getting that command center. So he double gasses after that to try and get that going. Very smart move.
Double gates going down for Genius, going up to 3 gates.
No Void Race this time.
No Void Race. I think he's broken the addiction, man. Kick the habit.
He went cold turkey.
He went cold turkey.
And Robo goes down.
Yeah, he's doing basically the exact same build he did last game.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Top is doing the same. So we're going to see same builds, different map.
Yep. I'm really hoping that Genius plays this a little bit better, that he actually responds to what Top is doing.
It's very difficult for Top to take the same kind of third base on this map that he did last time.
That's true, that's true.
There's a some people say it's very easy to take the third base on this map. It's somewhat easy, but there is a destructible debris that is destructible. You know, it's made by in the map editor. It's not actually a fairy tale mole trap. Don't think too much into the destructible debris. You can destroy that and attack the third.
Are you crushing my dreams again, Wolf?
I'm trying.
Did you cut that out?
They've already been crushed. I can't do that anymore.
That's true. I don't have any dreams anymore.
Santa didn't eat the cookies, man. That was your mother.
What? I suppose you're going to tell me that there's no Tooth Fairy also.
No, actually there is a Tooth Fairy.
Oh.
I went to Japan when I was on vacation there.
And you met the Tooth Fairy?
No, I woke up and there was a 500 yen coin on my pillow. It was so weird.
Did you lose a tooth?
I didn't lose any teeth, but the Tooth Fairy never came to me when I was a kid, so maybe she was coming to me in Japan. She's like, well, I'm in Japan, Wolf's in Japan, I can pay him back.
You're like, there's a 500 yen on your pillow, and you're like, Why am I sitting in a bathtub full of ice with a scar on the left side of my stomach?
That's not what happened, man. There was a 500 yen coin, and then later in the week, I was looking through my coins because I was going to go buy a soda, and the 500 yen coin, I couldn't find it. It was the weirdest thing.
I think you're talking about a dream that you had now.
No, this is what really happened, man. It's actually a true story.
Cool story, bro. So Genius doing the exact same thing. He's getting a Twilight Council and a Forge up. Gonna go for that heavy Zealot Sentry kind of mix going on now. In this case, Top has not gone for the Ghost Academy. He's actually gone straight for the Reactor and Medivacs. I don't think he has it. If he did, I missed it. And Stop. Call him Stop again. Top is taking a third, actually.
Yeah, he is. No Ghost Academy, though. You did notice that very astutely. Forge and Twilight Council going up the exact same way Genius did it last time. He's going to add 2 gates here. There he goes, adding 2 gates. Ooh, adding 3 gates this time.
Huh. So he's just going to go for just a massive 6-gate
I think he
attack?
realized that last game he added his gates late, and he's kind of adapting to what changed last time. He wants to be able to attack the third base this time. With his Observer, he hasn't yet seen the third base. He actually made 3 Observers. One was killed by Marines. The other 2, though, are still checking, but he hasn't seen. Ooh, this drop could get caught. I like that Top checked with the dropship to see if there are stalkers with only 1 Marine inside of it. He was actually probably just going to do the drop and stim scout. You guys know what I'm talking about, the drop and stim scout?
Yeah, and actually, he might still lose it. Oh, nope. Whoa, he's going to drop it out. Nope. Lose that.
Those stalkers can actually blink across and attack the third base and blink finishes. That would be pretty annoying.
That'd be kind of cool. And if he tries to prod with those Medivacs, he could kill those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to go back for a moment, it was actually a cool move that Top did. He saw the Observer, he scanned and killed the Observer, which was over his front, and then immediately after the Observer was dead, salvaged the bunkers and moved out to make a third. So he's like, all right, you think I'm playing defensive? Like, I'm going to change it up now.
Yeah, it was pretty smart.
Now that you think you know what I'm doing, I'm going to change it.
The Genius, like we were talking about, could blink over there and attack the third command center, but not only does he not know about it, but it's also now a planetary, so it's not really going to be very effective. He can maybe harass
didn't catch it in time.
He could maybe harass the SCVs, but not really worth it, very risky.
Again, a lot of Zealots. And this time going for the Robo-Bay. Well, actually, the Robo-Bay is about the same time as it was before. He might go in and try and get a little stim scout in again. This time it might succeed. No, the blink, and he takes out the Medivac. Nicely done by Genius.
Factory by Top going to land and block the third Nexus of Genius. Oh!
Is it though?
Yep, you guys didn't get a shot of it.
You guys didn't get a shot of it.
The probe was like trying to make the Nexus. The Factory just landed in front of his face. The probe's like, that's so rude. I was going to make a Nexus there.
BM Factory.
So you knew I was going to make a Nexus. Why'd you do that? Centuries take forever to kill.
It's like when you're at barbecue and you're like reaching for that piece that you've been like nursing for a while, and someone like just runs in with their chopsticks, like Miyagi chopsticks, and like snags it out from underneath you. You're like, hey man, I was going for that piece. I'm
sorry that happened last night, Mole Trap. I didn't mean to take your piece. I'm sorry.
Did it?
Yeah, that happened once. I kind of felt bad about it. I was like, well, did he notice? I was like,
I didn't actually care.
I was like, was that the one he was tending? Because sometimes, you know, you tend that piece and someone takes it. Feels a little weird.
It's alright.
I eat my barbecue really fast, so just go in there and grab it.
Hey man, I'm always like so hungry when we go to barbecue that I eat it a little bit raw still, because I'm like, oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, you're so manly, and it's, you know, you're hungry, you're manly, you're like, well, and then, you know, Karn's like, well, that's not done. Karn never thinks any of the barbecue is done. He's like, no.
Karn won't eat it until it's blackened on both sides.
He's like, if I can't tell that's meat anymore, it's done. He grabs it and eats it.
Oh, Karn. So I don't know if Genius even knows about that third yet. I mean, he's got to know it's there, like, theoretically. Oh, a little bit of a drop at the bottom getting shut down. And looks like he lost a Medivac, but kept one Medivac and the units inside it.
Well, sentries just can't kill Medivacs.
Was there only the one, or did he
there was only one.
Oh, okay, never mind. And he's really worried about drops in his main.
Genius has made a pylon at every other base at the top right, so not only can he spot drops there, but more importantly blocks the command centers. After the factory
incident, really annoying if it's like late game and you're like, crap, I need an expansion, but I don't have time to go clear out any destructible rocks. I'll just take this other one, and there's a pylon there.
Yeah, after the factory incident, he thought he would get some revenge, put pylons everywhere. And in fact, there is an SCV going to. Oh, hold that thought. Little drop here, going to kill a photon cannon, but nothing else. But because there are no stalkers again, he's going to be able to get out. It's like when you're doing drops in TVZ, and your opponent just doesn't have mutas out. You can just keep doing that.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
He went to make a command to the top. There's a pylon there, so he sent it to make it at another location. There's a pylon there too.
Is he gonna try position number 3?
I think he just might.
He's probably gonna make it next to the pylon and just move it after he kills it or something.
I know you guys haven't gotten a shot of it. Oh, the Zealot's gonna warp in and kill the SCV. The SCV's not gonna be making any more command centers.
Yeah. Well, there's some shenanigans going on at the top right of the map. Just be aware of that. There is a ton of Vikings out, actually. And that's going to be really good against the 3 or 4 Colossus. No, actually, how many Colossus are there? 3 Colossus. He's not making any more, though. He switches to the Templar. So
yeah,
he may have actually overmade Vikings.
I think you're right. I think he has overmade Vikings.
Like, they're going to kill those Colossus so fast, but then they're going to sit there and be useless.
All the pylons for Genius around the map that we were talking about earlier being taken out by a drop up top, and now he's actually supply blocked for that reason.
Interesting.
We'll make a few more pylons now.
But here's the thing, top, such good macro. It's maxed again. And yeah, Genius losing those pylons is now blocked at about 170.
Losing a lot of probes here as well.
Finally, the Stalkers able to go over and clean up that drop.
I like
Genius
what Genius
is so afraid
does.
of drops that he's like put cannons everywhere.
He leaves Stalkers in his base to defend drops until he wants to move out. And when he wants to move out, he makes the cannons so he feels comfortable. I like that. Now, Genius is actually taking the gold base, which is somewhat risky. His opponent hasn't been able to secure another command center, though, because of all those pylons. He did finally clean up all the pylons, but yet still, there's no command center.
Yeah.
Top's actually, well, hold that thought. Top's going to drop here. He's taking his own gold, though.
Yeah, Top's actually floating one out, so he made the command center in his main because he couldn't build it anywhere else. Uh-oh, these Archons might snap the medevac. They do, but Top is maxed.
He's moving out in the middle of the map. All of the units of Genius just got 1 aid back home. So many Zealots warping in here. He's got a lot of Templar. Will he spread them? He's got 4 Templar with a lot of energy.
That is such a dangerous army for Genius, and Top knew it, so he's like, I don't know if I want to max that right now.
Here we go. Vikings doing a lot of damage to Colossi. They're actually retreating, so the Colossi are still doing damage here. A bad place to engage for Top.
Decent EMP, but he still hasn't hit the Templar. The storm goes off on the Vikings. Half of them go down. The Stalker's targeted down as well, so he actually keeps one of the Colossi alive. And that is actually huge because those Vikings, he needed them to kill off those Colossus.
And now he's able to hold his own gold. He's going to take out the gold of Top. Storms may go off on top of these Zealots, or rather on top of these Ghosts.
But I don't think there's an observer there, man, so he can't see those Ghosts, so an EMP goes off on the entire army. Genius forced to fall back, but he does get Top's 4th in the process.
Top has made another 4th base up at the top right-ish area. He's made that into a planetary as well, making a command center near there to float. Also making a command center near his own choke point. He's probably going to make that into a defensive planetary because when you're facing against this type of composition, it's really nice to have that planetary there. That's what we're talking about. That command center right there, he's probably going to make that into a planetary rather than float it.
Yeah, they can just, even if they don't do a ton of damage, they can just soak up so much fire if the Zealots start attacking it and stuff. But I don't know, it'd be, well, I don't know, if there was a way that Genius could attack the 3rd over there instead. Oh, there, never mind.
He's going to break the rocks. The debris I was talking about earlier. The Tooth Fairy is real.
Sniping those. And a huge drop coming in. He blinks in the Stalkers, and there's a Colossus there just in time, but he doesn't micro very well. So these Marauders are going to do some decent damage. He's trying to target down the other Colossus. And loses everything.
Genius, only with a slight supply lead now, wants to hit that 3rd base. Remember, that's a planetary. He doesn't want to get caught in an awkward position. In PvT, it's so important to engage with a perfect composition and at the right location. You never want to have your Zealots fighting uselessly.
Yeah, now that the Vikings are gone, Genius is actually making a lot more Colossi, but that means he doesn't have any Templar Here comes some Zealots going in there, and he doesn't get the repair on in time. Is he going to go up there and try and defend this?
Yeah, now it's impossible for Top to actually run up this ramp. Nice storm on the Vikings.
He actually
needs to be careful. He does not want to attack down the ramp into a planetary. His Zealots are running out of the planetary. Very careful. And Vikings, taking out the Colossus. That one Templar is just like wanting to be a Terran unit, but
yeah, and that was actually his only Templar, I believe. I don't think he has any more on the unit counting station.
You're right.
So he doesn't have to worry about storms anymore, which means now Top is just free to own him like he did in the previous games.
This is a really good position for Genius. Soccer's going forward. The Zealots doing a lot of damage.
Mass EMPs on everything. The Colossus goes down very quickly, which means it's up to the Bio. Did he get enough of those shields to win? He actually does force Genius back.
Yeah, with great EMPs.
Yeah, those EMPs just won that battle for him, and Top now again has a 40 supply lead.
Genius going to try to attack from two sides to clean this up, and he'll think he may just barely do that, but Top just has so many more units. Looks like Top will be forced back, but Top's got a better economy right now. He's got the base of the top right he can use. This actually currently vacant. Will drop here, going to attack the third base of Genius. Genius not going to answer for this.
He's
with
actually
these
out of position.
Weapons. Yeah, the plus
he's going to lose his Nexus.
Take it out.
Wow. And the
Lifts up,
lives.
gets away. Templar making Archon in frustration. They're like, I can't be back too far away.
Oh, nice. Picking off that medevac. Makes it easier to clean up the ground forces. But here's the thing, man. Top is at 3-3 with his bio.
Yeah,
that is
and
actually
just 2-2 for Genius. For once, he actually upgraded a Protoss.
That's amazing.
That's very difficult to do, especially when you're using Genius's style. This is a very common style. Genius is actually one of the first players to do this very gateway-heavy Colossus later styles.
Yep, defensive planetary there.
Very difficult to engage.
Making it really hard. Yeah, exactly. Making it really hard to go in there.
No Templar.
But yeah, again, no Templar. You need the Templar to counter the Ghosts. If you don't have the Templar, the Ghost will just EMP the crap out of everything, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Plus, I mean, the Storms would be nice to throw in there every now and then.
Exactly.
On top of these clump units. Cool drop here. Do some damage. Careful how you engage this. Colossi, though, to help things up.
Nice.
No
Very
problem.
Good cleanup by Genius. Top's just going to max out again, though.
This is a really good game. I have to say this is really close.
This has actually been really close.
The problem, though, is Top just has so many more resources. He's been able to take so many more bases. Genius has something that he hasn't been doing. He hasn't been expanding all over the right side of the map.
Is Genius mining right now?
He is mining at his third base that he lost.
The gold, basically.
And yeah, he's long distance mining from the gold, or he's long distance mining to the gold base. His third base is remade. Gold's getting low, though. He's going to attack here at a planetary. I don't think it's a good idea taking a lot of damage. He agrees with me, decides to back up. He does have some Templar with Storms now, though.
Really
two of them, in fact.
Again with the incessant drops, but Genius is being...
Oh, what?
Oh.
That was a bit awful. A bit awful. Snipes on those two Templar I was talking about, so they're gone. He's not going to be able to hold the gold if his units are out of position here.
Two of his Colossus are in his main for no reason. Here they are coming down the hill, though. Lots of stuff there.
Vikings position, but Top is having so many units.
And looks like the Vikings are almost going to clean that up, but unfortunately the Vikings were not in the best position and were not able to actually take out those Colossus very quickly. So Top forced to fall back again.
And Genius going to attack the planetary. This isn't a good choice. I don't think he's losing way too many of his units. He was on move command to try to stutter step forward, took way too much extra damage, and that's it, Genius. I think you just lost the game for yourself. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he did that.
That was a bit silly. Now his last Colossus is going to get tracked down. All those units for Top are on really low health, so I don't know if he can quite seal the deal right now, but he is 70 supply head right now.
20 of that in workers. He's got so many bases around the map. He's got mules to drop.
The unit counting station, Genius has 11 Zealots and 2 Archons.
Yeah, that's it.
That's his army.
And
now some Stalkers, but they're going to die, actually.
I'm kind of surprised Top isn't taking the gold base out. He can just sit on top of the watchtower in the middle and shoot those probes. But he's just playing it patiently. He doesn't actually know that there's no units out for Genius. He doesn't know. He's like, well, if Genius had enough units to throw away on my planetary, he must have something else up his sleeve. No, Top, he doesn't.
Nope. Well, I do think it's smart of him to wait for some medevacs to come out so he can heal up his units because they were all really low on health. Was it you or Doa that was talking about the bag of Skittles?
That wasn't me. Skittles are good, though.
Maybe that was, actually, that might have been Husky. That was Husky at MLG was talking about Terran units being like a bag of Skittles because they're all different colors.
I like that.
That's actually hilarious.
That's really clever. It makes me want to get some Skittles now. I don't think they have those in Korea, though.
And no more Colossus for you, Genius, because you don't have a Robo.
Well, this game is just over. I mean, you can see like the dropship full of units just killing everything Genius
he doesn't want to give up because remember, Top is up 2-1 right now. If Genius loses this game, he is out. Top looks like he's going to be advancing to the semifinals here. And I'm sure I think Polt has better TVP than TVT, so he was probably hoping for Genius to advance, but it looks like he's going to play in a Terran versus Terran anyway. But
that pylon's going to go down.
He has beaten some of the top Terrans, so...
Oh, he gets it.
Still gets it.
You're right, though, yeah. And, I mean, we're already talking about this game as if it's over, but I got to be honest with you guys, it's pretty over. Genius is going to attack. This time there's no planetary there, but there are a lot more units.
And no Templar, so he just EMPs everything. That army is going to melt like butter, and the hot knife that is Top is going to charge through, and all he has to do is just march to victory. Genius, GG's!
Top!
OGS Top has won. He is advancing to the semifinals, and he has got to be so thrilled about that. And man, is it a bad day for the team MVP, man. Both their players going down in the round of 8.
Top, there's some celebratory tea there. Very happy, should be happy with himself. He outplayed Genius on so many levels, and you guys should have seen my face when I saw Genius try to stutter step micro Archons past a planetary fortress when there were Marauders shooting at him. I'm like, well, Genius he's playing so well in this scrappy situation where he's got way less base than Top. He's long distance minded, but yet he's still staying toe-to-toe with Top. And then he's like, no, actually, I'm just going to stutter step micro past a planetary and lose all my units, and the game will end.
Well, it seems like... sometimes people will they'll be addicted to something like cigarettes, and they'll get over that addiction by being addicted to something else, like they'll start chewing gum or whatever. So Genius got over his Void Ray addiction by getting addicted to moving his army into bad situations, because that's what he did the last 3 games, man. Yeah,
it was a little disappointing. I think Genius got stressed out. There was this frustration level that you could see in his play where he thought, I'm doing well here. I'm fine. After he won game 1, he was he was in a good mood. And after game 2, he just felt so frustrated. And you could see in games 3 and 4 that he just felt really, really frustrated. He couldn't focus, and he was making bad choices. He didn't have the whole right side of the map he should have. Top did. He didn't attack it at all.
Top had the entire.
He had pylons. He had pylons to warp in units to harass those bases, but he never did. He just fell apart. He got too frustrated.
Yeah, I think that really is what it is he got frustrated. I remember on Duel Site, it was pretty obvious that he got frustrated because Top just kept dropping his third, dropping the main, dropping the third, dropping the main, dropping the third, and finally he's like, screw it, just go. And
he reached the going point, man.
He just hit that going point and just attacked when it was not wise at all. But there's our results for today. Optimus Prime beating Keen and OGS Top beating Genius. They are going to be in the semifinals together, and of course the other side of this bracket tomorrow, Tastosis are going to be back, and they're going to be casting MVP versus Huck and Ryung versus July. Those games are going to be so off the hook.
They are going to be so awesome.
I'm excited about that, man.
That's going to be an awesome day of casting. I'm going to
be here in the studio probably to see those games, so that is going to be fantastic. Huck, of course, just going he's just getting back from that guy's made 6 transcontinental trips in the last 2.5 weeks or something like that.
There's so much that goes into that for those of you guys who don't travel internationally a lot. There's all sorts of problems that you have to go through, and
it's actually
jet
really
lag, everything.
And everything.
Very difficult.
Yeah, so he's going to have to come back here and try and face MVP, one of the top Terrans around, and Jelizerg versus Ryung as well. Remember, thanks again to Pepsi, G-Skill, and Ali ebook for making today possible. Some awesome games. And
now remember the finals are going to be on September 10th at Axe Korea. So it's going to be at the regular time. It's going to be at 6:10. It's not going to be an earlier final. Make sure you follow GomTV on Twitter at GomTV. You can follow Moltrap at Moltrap. You can follow me at FXO Wolf. And we've got our Beat It playing. We're going to get played off
and
by...
we're gonna beat it right now. We're going to get out of here. And
let's beat it, man.
You guys are going to tune back in tomorrow for some more Codes action. It's going to be awesome. You do not want to miss it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.
The fire's in her eyes, found the words are really clear, so beat it, just beat it.